It was very apparent that the frustrations from school and other issues at home were not conducive to Zaki being able to live a regular family life in the UK.
I didn't have a functioning family because it was just arguing and arguing and arguing.
And we decided that we needed to do something. And so we started looking around. The more we looked, the less we found. We made hundreds and hundreds of phone calls, and each one led to someone else, and so the chain began. And at the end of the chain, people would say to us, "I'm really sorry, we can't help you."
I'd just be stuck in the middle of this horrible environment that I couldn't escape, and it killed me. Like I was suffering from like depression and anger, and I couldn't take it out. I just didn't know what to do.
And somebody had suggested another contact. I made this call, and I introduced myself to a gentleman called Alan Simanowitz, and I told him my story, and I started to cry. And there was this long pause, and then suddenly this man at the end of the phone said to me, "I think you've come to the right place. I think we can help you." And that was how we found Matara.
I walked in and I met Alan Simanowitz and Dr. Chesner, and they explained to me about this program that they'd been running for a few years, how it was designed around the student and making the student's life better, a completely different learning environment.
Here, they were prepared to accept Zaki as an individual and take him at his pace and teach him subjects that he was good at the beginning, so that he started to achieve success immediately, as opposed to experiencing failure, which in truth was what he was experiencing most of the time in England.
So for a kid like me who has problems learning, I wouldn't get the attention I needed, I wouldn't get the help that I needed. Working was almost impossible. I was distracted, I was hyper, I couldn't do anything. Whereas here, if I have a problem, I can go and speak to someone. The ability to learn in the way that I need to learn and want to, in an amazing environment, one-on-one, and it's incredible. In the beginning, it was hard. I was in a country that I didn't know anyone in, that I didn't know the language. I was stuck. I felt helpless and like lost and alone.
The transition into living with a family in Israel is such that he learns how a regular family function, and he can see the relationships between parents and children, and hopefully he's learned so much from being as a part of that family that he will go on to formulate his own family unit one day and be able to live a regular life. If we needed to, we could pick up the phone and speak to the mum in the house if there was an emotional issue. And if I needed to speak to somebody in the school, wow, immediately we would get a response. So actually the communication was much easier. We had a regular meeting sessions, and on that Friday Skype call, we would discuss Zaki's week, what he'd achieved, what he'd struggled with, what they felt he needed to work on, what he wanted to develop, what his future plans were, and anything that needed to be said.
When I came here, I wasn't the best at decision making, and I made a lot of bad decisions. Whether that be staying out too late or not waking up in the morning to get to school. But slowly over time, the school, and with the support of some of my peers in the program and the staff, the counseling and the therapy, they teach you how to recognize the choices that you get and which are the good ones and which are the bad ones.
I can't begin to express what a different child we have. First of all, we've been given our son back, because in England, I don't know what would have happened to Zaki. Here in Israel, it's so different. Whatever opportunities have come by, Zahi has grasped them, and he's been encouraged to do things that he does well. So projecting forward, Zahi is going to be starting a Mechina program, and he sees his future doing something that will help others. We are so grateful to everybody at Matara, from Dr. Chesner and Alan Simanowicz to the support staff in the school, the counsellors, the madrachim, the whole system of Matara, the whole holistic approach that they have given to him that has made him successful. And words are not enough.